Good morning and happy Friday. Well, mostly higher trade across the ag space here overnight. Right now we are being led by soybean oil as that has bumped up against its recent highs. I think it's largely drawn support from higher energy prices. Spot crude oil, that is up $1.10 per barrel. Export sales later this morning. Weather-wise, hot, dry conditions across much of the eastern half and southern portions of Argentina remains a concern. The Buenos Aires Grain Exchange did confirm lower crop ratings for both corn and soybeans late yesterday. I expect further drops next week. Rains will be needed by early parts of February to help ease growing drought stress. Brazil remains mostly favorable. However, southern growing areas, Rio Grande do Sul, will also need some moisture here by early next month to keep crop conditions there favorable. In the U.S., brutal cold here across the north central Midwest this morning with minus 15 to minus 25 degree temperatures common. Single-digit lows across the northern half of Kansas. Below normal temperatures are expected to hold across the eastern half of the continental U.S. Right up into early parts of February, while warmer to the west. A major winter storm is expected to start forming today across the southern plains and gradually slide east across the southern Midwest and Delta region this weekend, bringing a widespread amount of rain, sleet, and snow. The U.S. dollar right now is slightly lower, as is the major U.S. stock indices. Corn right now unchanged at $4.24. The year-round sale of E15 did not make it to the final bill in the U.S. House. That would have been potentially a nice longer-term boost to demand. Usage of corn for ethanol production has been stuck at roughly 5.5 to 5.6 billion bushels. Really for almost a decade now. Yesterday's EIA data did show ethanol production slipped to 329 million gallons in the weekend of January 16th. Down from the 352 the previous week. However, that was an all-time record high. Last week's pace was still above the pace we need to be at to hit the USDA corn usage number at 5.6 billion bushels. Buenos Aires Grain Exchange showed corn plantings have reached a 93%. That is still below the 98% from a year ago. And in fact, we might see some switching of corn acres in the north over to soybean acres due to the delays there. Cattle on feed after the close expected to come in at 97% of a year ago. Placements at only 93%. Export sales expected to be huge. 75 to 120 million bushels is the range of guesses there. March beans currently up 3 cents at 10.67, holding within yesterday's range. Meal up just steady, slightly higher now. Let's pull back here a little bit. While bean oil 54.15, that's up 37 points. It did scratch out a new 4-month high, holding just below that September high of 54.40. Buenos Aires Grain Exchange reports bean plantings have reached 96%, while crop ratings fell 8% to 53% good to excellent. That is still, however, well above the only 26% good to excellent ratings from a year ago. Still waiting for SCOTUS to rule on the Trump administration's use of tariffs, while final RVOs and potential small refiner exemptions reallocations from the EPA expected in early March. Export sales expected to range between 55 and 110 million bushels of beans, 200 to 500,000 tons of meal, and 5 to 25,000 tons of oil. Wheat prices mixed, ranging from 1 to 2 lower in Minneapolis to 5 better in Kansas City. Likely seeing some additional weather premium due to uncertainty over this week's cold, its impact on winter wheat. Thanks for listening, everyone. Hope you have a great day and a great weekend.